Okay. Okay. Now I'm recording. Wow, I feel so professional. All right. I have slides. I'm recording. Welcome. All right. It is Wednesday, October 23rd, 2019. This is our Soul Shine Tribe's team call. Tonight we're going to do a new coach welcome call. Welcome anyone new who's on. We're recording this for the purposes of anyone who is new who couldn't make it. But really, I want this call to be all about new coaches, where to start, what to do, what's what, all that kind of stuff. So like I said, I do have some slides, and I'm just going to go through them and talk about how to get started and where to go and what to do. All right. Okay. So first of all, our team mission. This is the mission that I came up with for what I see for our team. Everyone has their own team. Everyone has their own reasons for being here. I encourage you to get your why, to know what your why is, to be able to, read it every day, to have a vision, to know these things, because that's what will keep you going on the hard days, whether it's a day where you just don't want to wake up and work out, or whether it's a day you don't want to invite, whatever it is, having your why, having a mission, having something higher than yourself that you are pushing towards is always important. So team mission, to build a team who uplifts and inspires others to improve their lives while they themselves shine. That's what I really want for y'all. I want everyone to shine and pass that along and bring it to other people. So we are going to get started with the basics. So when you are a new coach and you first start off, so I know we have a couple of brand new coaches on here right now. Denise is brand new. Jennifer, you're brand new, right? Jennifer Richard. I know we have a lot of Jennifers on here now. And Emily was on here too. Maybe she dropped off. I can't see everybody right now. But the beauty of this is your job as a coach starts with your challenge. It starts with your personal journey. And it always goes back to that too. So know whenever you're stuck, look at your nutrition, look at your workouts, see if you're actually showing up for yourself. Are you doing personal development? Like, that's where it all starts, is starting with a challenge. If you haven't picked out a program and you're brand new and you don't know what to do, reach out to your coach. 21 Day Fix real time is always a great place to start. It gets you results quickly. It's 3 weeks. You get started, you get into it. It's just a good, solid program. One thing that I will just say about starting your challenge, especially if you are starting this with the hopes of potentially making this into a business, whether by business you mean just, having some extra income every month on up to making this a full-time gig. You really want to take before pictures. Well, let me rephrase that. You don't want to take before pictures, but you really need to take before pictures. How about that? Because again, if you're doing this as a business, you're going to want that. No one wants to take them, but I tell you time and time again, I see and hear that coaches regret not taking them because your body's going to change in ways you didn't think possible. Go in with the attitude and the mindset of, I'm taking these for me. You may not ever share them, and that's absolutely fine. You don't have to share them, but that's where your challenge starts. We have a prep studio. I encourage you to work through the prep studio so that when you start bringing people on, you know how to help them be successful, and you have those resources available to you as well. So the next step is practicing the 4 vital behaviors. And now the 4 vital behaviors, they do not change. I've been doing this for over 4 years. I still do the vital behaviors. Brand new coaches do the vital behaviors. The vital behaviors are called vital because that is how you build a business. It all starts there. And even if you are just dabbling in this and you're thinking, well, it would be really great to at least make enough money to cover my Shakeology and Energize every month, wherever you are, your coach will meet you, but the 4 vital behaviors, regardless of what your business goals are, they're just the simple fundamentals for your business. 4 vital behaviors are found on the business activity tracker. They are number one, be proof of the product's work. I don't know about y'all, but I've never had a job where it is my job to take care of myself. And that is like the number one thing that I'm supposed to do every day. I mean, you're literally checking off that you've done a workout and that you're having a shake and you're keeping up with your nutrition. That's the first vital behavior. Second vital behavior, again, it can kind of change depending upon where you are in your journey and what you want from this and from this opportunity. But it's all about connecting. It's connecting. So that could mean all kinds of things. If you're ready to dive into social media, it could be posting on social media. If you're not, it could be just connecting with friends and neighbors and coworkers. One of the best examples that I have heard lately of someone getting started with a business in such a really smart way is one of the ladies that came out of our August mentorship group. She knew that her office was a toxic environment, knew that if she tried to do this, that everyone at her office would, they always had treats. They always had stuff in the break room. They were always going to lunches, taking long lunches. They were always sabotaging each other's results. They were always going to happy hour. So she decided when she started, she signed up day one. Day one, she got 3 of her coworkers on board. She didn't have any results. She did not have anything to say, hey, look, I've lost this weight, or look at my before and after pictures. Y'all, all she did was set herself up for success and realize that, okay, these people in my office, if they don't do this with me, they are going to tempt me with cake and donuts and happy hour and all kinds of stuff. So she got them to do it with her. Sometimes starting is as simple as that, just having the idea to get people to come and do this with you, just have that built-in accountability. So the third vital behavior is to get people results. And really that starts with yourself. Start with yourself. Commit to doing, I always tell people this when you're first starting off, and since most people start with a 21-day program, and I know some of y'all are in the middle of 100, and some of you might actually be starting on a 100-day program, which is amazing. But for me, even 21 days in the beginning sounded like a really, really, really long time. I would say you owe it to yourself to try it for a week. Give yourself 1 week of doing it by the book. 1 week of following the meal plan, 1 week of sticking to the workouts, no matter how sore you're waking up, 1 week of doing it as it's prescribed. And I promise you, you will get hooked and you will want to continue on. I feel like sometimes when you take off a big bite of, 21 days, 6 weeks, 100 days, it just seems too much. So just say, I'm going to try this for a week and I'm going to do it as is. And I'm going to give up wine and I'm going to give up sugar and I'm going to give up fast food and I'm going to wake up early every morning, whatever it is. And just do that for yourself because you will get results. And finally, the last vital behavior is to do personal development. And that could be reading, watching YouTube videos, listening to books. It doesn't have to cost money. It can totally be free. You can look on YouTube and find all kinds of stuff. The third step in kind of getting started as a coach is getting into trainings. Trust me, there is no shortage of trainings. Now, I recommend when you very first get started, unless you are just ready to dive in and just soak it all up, to kind of hold off on any team or group training. They will always, always be there. Ask your upline about what training is most appropriate for you. Once a month, Together Rising does New Coach University. That usually starts the very first of the month. So we'll have one coming up here soon in November. And know that there also is the Good Vibe Tribe, which is a self-paced training website that you can work through as well. It's really up to you. You also can get a lot of trainings just from getting on calls, and also know that you might have to repeat things multiple times. When I started, I can't tell you how many times I did basic training. I can't tell you how many times I did diamond training. Like it's just something that you just might need to repeat. And last but not least, this business is a rinse and repeat business. It's all about duplication. You get yourself results. You bring on a couple friends, you help them get results, and so on and so on. It's like that commercial from the 70s or 80s where it was like the hair and the grid kept getting bigger and it was like, and so on and so on. And she told 2 friends and so on and so on. that is how I've built my business. I started this business when I was not even on Instagram. I did not run ads. I did not reach out to strangers. I started with the people I knew and saw all the time. And then it just grew and so on and so on. And my grid just continued to grow. So, and no, I'm flying through this. I'm going to let y'all ask questions at the end, but I really want to get this basic stuff covered so we have it. And just so y'all have some foundation. So let's talk about, as you start getting into the business, how to progress, how to give yourself promotions, and what it all means. Okay, so why Emerald? Emerald, well, so people come in as a coach. Emerald means you have 2 coaches underneath you. Now, those can be working coaches, those can be discount coaches, it can be your husband and your sister, it can be your best friend and your coworker. It doesn't really matter who it is, but Emerald means 2 coaches underneath you. But the importance of Emerald is that it unlocks the doors to your business, essentially. When you get to Emerald, you're able to start banking volume. And I'm not going to get into the depths of the comp plan right now, but know that there are multiple ways to make income. And the long-term way to make income is through volume and team cycle bonus. When you are in Emerald, you are just banking. You're banking that volume. You may not tap into it immediately, but trust me now when I say my paycheck is majority team cycle bonus. I have very little just commissions. My paycheck probably, if I took a look at my last 10 paychecks, I would say 80% or more of those paychecks come from team cycle bonus and not from me selling challenge packs and Energize and Shakeology subscriptions. It comes from that volume that I've been banking for over 4 years. So again, it is a long-term plan. Now, the best of both worlds is when you have that short-term plan with, commission sales and people staying on Shakeology, and you're banking the volume. But Emerald is where it all starts. And Beachbody allows you something that's called U+2. U+2 means that you, as a business owner, can decide to invest by signing up a spouse, a parent, or a child over the age of 18 with the same credit card as you. So you can do that twice. So for instance, my husband was my very first coach. He is at the top of my organization. Again, we have separate calls on Emerald and why you hit Emerald as fast as you can and how to do it and the importance of it and all that kind of stuff. But most people sign up a spouse first so that spouse is at the top of the organization. And then I actually had a good friend, and that's how I got to Emerald. Now I currently have my dad as a coach and my husband, and both of those accounts are on my credit card that I pay for. Now, both my dad and my husband know that they are coaches. I help them work the business. They are a part of it. They know what's going on. So now, we're going to move on. And I know that's confusing what I just said, but just know that there's plenty of training out there. I just want to get the conversation going about these topics. Okay, so next, why SC10 instead of SC5? First of all, what is SC? SC is Success Club. Success Club is how you help people. So every time you get a person started with a challenge pack, which is how every one of you came in, you get 2 points. So we call it the, not life changing. What do you call it? How many lives you've changed. So you change one life, you get 2 points. In order to be considered in Success Club, you help 3 people per month. That's it. That gets you, if you are Emerald, it gets you leads from the company. It also gets you, the company gives Success Club prizes when you hit Success Club for the first time for the third time, for the sixth, ninth, and 12th time in a calendar year. Also, your upline coach sends a little gift whenever you hit Success Club. The importance of why you hit SC10 versus SC5. So that means you help 5 people instead of 3. You get paid leads from the company when you're SC10 and Emerald. So again, you have 2 coaches underneath you, whether they work the business or not. You help 5 people per month. That next month, you get paid leads from the company. Now, these are people who are up in the middle of the night. They go to beachbody.com. They decide, hey, I want to try Insanity and try some Shakeology. They order. They don't know who a coach is. They get randomly assigned to a coach, and that coach can be you. And you get that commission. So over the years, I think I just looked, Beachbody has given me over 700 customers in 4 years. So I have always hit Success Club, and I've always been an Emerald. So that is 40, I'm going on my 49th or 50th month of getting leads from the company, both paid and free leads. Free leads is like someone who comes to the website and decides they want to get an account and they just log on. They may or may not, order. But it's a great program, and I make anywhere from a couple extra $100 a month on up to probably the most I've ever made. Usually your best month is in January, and usually in January I make an extra $600, let's say, off of free leads. And it's assigned randomly. There's a lead wheel. So I get one, Jennifer Fisher gets one, the top coach of the company gets one. Like, it just goes through very randomly on a wheel. So it's not like they say, oh, well, Jennifer Fisher, she got a really big order last time, so we're going to give her this small order now. Like, it's just totally random and just goes through one at a time. So, all right, next. Also, let me say this. I forgot to say this. When you're an Emerald, like I said, you're able to earn team cycle bonuses, and the team cycle bonus is $14 per cycle. Again, there's so much information about the comp plan. I'm not going to dive into that, but just know Emerald, $14 per cycle. So why Diamond? Diamond, where Emerald is the start of your business and the doors opening, Diamond is really the start of your team and you being a leader. It gives you social proof that you are a coach, that you are growing a team, that you have a business, that you are a leader. You make more. So Emerald, $14 per cycle. Diamond, $18 per cycle. You qualify for retreats. You have the ability to be on leadership calls. Really, again, you're seen a little more seriously and more as a leader within the team, and the ability, like I said, to earn more. So why Star Diamond? Star Diamond means that you're growing a team and you have one coach, at least one coach who's a diamond underneath you. When you hit that, you earn a trip to New Leader Conference, which I'll talk about that under the trip slide. And then why 2-star? Y'all, this is so hard to explain. And I remember when people would explain 2-star diamond to me, I just thought, I do not get it. I do not understand. But trust me when I say 2-star really is the coolest thing, because think about all the times maybe some of you have said, gosh, if I could just find someone like me, if I could just find someone who wants to do this, if I could just find someone who's willing to make the decision to hit Emerald, if I could really find someone who would invite. Well, the cool thing about hitting 2-star diamond, you get to sign yourself up as a coach. So I have 2 CC Davises in my organization. I know it sounds weird. If you look in my downline, you will see me and you'll see me again. And the beauty of it is that you basically duplicate yourself. And it's kind of double dipping. So when CC Davis number 2 cycles and gets a team cycle bonus, CC Davis number 1 gets bonused on that. So it all trickles up, and it's just pretty. It's a really cool comp plan. And you can do that up to 25 times. So hopefully by the end of the year, I will be opening up my third CC, which is just crazy. It's a just amazing way to build volume and income. So let me, and I know that a lot of this does not make sense. Do not worry. Just start getting familiar and comfortable with hearing Emerald and Diamond and SC and being in Success Club. And the details, I promise, will fall into place. So one of the greatest perks and one of the things that I love are the annual trips. Some of them you do have to qualify for, and some you don't necessarily have to qualify for. So I'm just going to go in order during the year. So like I said, why Diamond? Diamond, when you hit Diamond and hold it, you are treated to the Diamond Retreat. The Diamond Retreat is, and these dates could change, but the Diamond Retreat is typically in January in Charleston, South Carolina. We bring in all the diamonds. We get a big house. We have trainings. We have workouts, we have personal development, we do vision exercises, we do a photo shoot. I mean, it's really, really a lot of fun. The next trip of the year is New Leader Conference. And remember, that's what I said. You hit 1 star, which means you have 1 diamond coach under you, and you get a trip to the New Leader Conference. The New Leader Conference is in LA, and this is a Beachbody sponsored trip. So the Diamond Retreat, that's a team sponsored trip. Your upline pays for that. New Leader Conference, Beachbody pays for it. And they put you up in a nice hotel in LA. You get to tour headquarters. You get to work out with a super trainer. That was really a huge turning point for my business. And it's small. It's probably, depending upon the year, I would say several hundred to 500, no more than 500 coaches, which is amazing. It's amazing to be in that small a group with emerging leaders. The next trip, Success Club, that is usually in March and April. A really good basic goal to have, which I left this off in like that very start. It's the basic benchmark is hitting Success Club. And again, Success Club just means helping 3 people get started with a challenge pack. Now, for people who hit that every month, you get an invitation to the Success Club trip. That picture right there was from Mexico. That was the most amazing trip that I have ever been on. It was unbelievable. So, and this past March, a lot of us went on a cruise, and I was able to take my whole family. So the trips really are amazing. And for the Success Club trip, usually there's like an hour, maybe 2 hours of like a talk. The rest is play. Like there's really very little work. It's amazing. So the next event is Summit. Summit is the event of the year. It's like the conference. It's put on by Beachbody. This in 2020, it's going to be in New Orleans. This picture right here is from 2 years ago in Indianapolis. Anywhere from 10 to 15,000 coaches go. So it's a big, big event. But it is energetic. It is amazing. You learn. You can go to different sessions to learn different coaching topics. They have general sessions where this past year we had Rachel Hollis there. Previous years we've had Gary Vee and trying to think. My very first year they had a concert with Billy Idol. Like there's always just really, really cool stuff at Summit. Now, Summit, there are 2 things about Summit. Number 1, anyone can go. If you're a coach, you can go, you can buy your ticket. I always encourage people, first of all, to earn their free ticket, which I will tell you how to do that in just a sec. But I encourage you to go. Like, even if you're just like, well, I don't really know if I want to do this as a full-time job. Summit, again, is just like a 3-day long personal development seminar. It's nothing but positive, uplifting, motivating vibes. And truly, when you go as a part of an elite team, it's just such an amazing experience. So how do you earn a free ticket to Summit? So there's something called Success Starters. that the company allows coaches who get started with their business quickly the ability to earn a ticket to Summit. So, and you can only earn this once. Like I earned this back in, I don't know, what, 2015. Every year since then, even though I'm an elite coach, I've had to buy my ticket to Summit. So it really is an honor if you earn your ticket to Summit. Success Starters means either in your first, second, or third month of coaching, or your second, third, fourth month of coaching, you help 3 people all of those months. So let's say you started in September and you're like, oh my gosh, Cece, it's October. I had no idea what you were talking about with Success Club in September. But let's say you hit it this month and you bring on 3 people in October, and then you bring on 3 people in November, and you bring on 3 people in December. That means you're an official Success Starter and you earn your free ticket to Summit. So, and just in general, Success Starters, like statistically speaking, Success Starters earn, I think it's like 25 times more than others. People who hit, rank advance earn more. Like all the statistics are out there. That being said, if you're like, wow, I had no idea what you're talking about when I first started and I am not a Success Starter, know that we have so many women on Together Rising who were not Success Starters who are very successful coaches now. So it's not the end all be all, but know that if you're still in that window, it's a really great goal to set for yourself. The next trip of the year is our Elite Premier Retreat. That is what I just went to in Lake Tahoe. That picture is from Lake Tahoe. We are changing it for 2020. Again, it will be an Elite Premier Retreat. And that is a team-sponsored event. Like my coach paid for me to go. And then last but not least, the Leadership Conference, where I just got back on Sunday, what was in Arizona. That is another Team Beachbody sponsored event where you can earn either an invitation to be there yourself, or we as a team, since I am an elite coach, 5-star elite coach, I will always get an invitation. And if we hit certain requirements, I'll be able to bring a guest. So know that is the retreat that maybe you don't earn it yourself. The highest ranked coach on our team will get an invitation to it. So I always like to cover trips. I did not get into this for trips, and I certainly didn't think, being a mama of 3 kids, that I would ever be able to travel. I take all of these trips every year, and I have for the past, I guess, 3 or 4 years at this point. Last year was my first year at Leadership Conference, and you do only get to go to New Leader Conference once. But I go on these retreats, and they are the heart of why I do what I do. It's the connections, it's what I learn, it's the growth that I experience on these trips and retreats that truly move my business forward. But when it boils down to it, improve my life. Like everything I've learned and all the growth that has happened really does occur on these trips. So they're great things to shoot for and to put on your vision board. So every quarter, the company has something called Super Weekend. You'll either hear it called Super Saturday or Super Sunday. Sometimes it's on a Friday night. So anyway, they now call it Super Weekend. Like I said, they're held quarterly. The next one coming up will be the weekend of November 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. So wherever you are, there is likely a Super Weekend event near you or in your town. Now, I can't promise you. Sometimes people have to drive an hour or 2, but most major cities have what's called a market council and put on a Super Weekend. Getting to a live event, I cannot tell you how important it is. We sit here and we're in these little squares, and it's easy to coach because maybe you don't have to connect. I mean, I'm super introverted. So, having to go to live events, it gets me out of my comfort zone, but it also brings me the connection and makes it, it's just, again, the proof of why we do what we do. You learn, you get motivated, you get inspired at these events. It's always just a nice mixture of a little bit of everything. Plus, corporate always does some announcements that are fun. There's usually some prizes and all kinds of stuff. So the next one here in Charleston is Saturday, November 2nd. If you're here, buy a ticket, come and go with me. I know Jen Towner's in Seattle. She goes to Seattle. I'm trying to think I know there's ones in Atlanta. We've got some coaches that are in the New Jersey area that go down to Philly for that. So know that they're all over, and you can look in your coach online office and find out where there is one near you, or just ask. We can help you find it. All right, weekly calls. All right, this is confusing, I know. And know that, like I mentioned, the part about there's training, know that weekly calls are also really important. And if you're not ready to commit to 2 weeks of New Coach University, at the very minimum, I would recommend getting on 1 or 2 team calls a week. Now, the National Wake Up Call is put together by the company. The thing about that is it's usually geared towards newer coaches, success stories about how to get started, or just motivation and really, really, really good information. It usually lasts 30 minutes. It's recorded. The link is always up on our team page. Next call is Together Rising. That is my uplines call. Moira does a great job of giving us a nice mixture of training and hearing from other people and giving us guidance on launches and just whatever we need. Now, Moira's coach, and I should have done the family tree first, but the Good Vibe Tribe is Meredith Ganau. So she is my grandmother on the family tree. She has team calls on Tuesday nights. Wednesday nights, our team call every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. And then Thursdays, that's Team Set Your Soul on Fire. That's Amy Silverman. I don't really know. I think she's having those calls around 7. They used to be a little bit later, but now she has a baby and she's doing things a little differently. No, you are invited to any and all of those calls. Those are all your upline, and you, again, have the ability to call in live. You don't ever have to talk. You don't ever have to do anything. You don't even have to show your face. You can put the camera off. Now on our call that's smaller, I like to be able to see people and like to be able to talk, but on the bigger calls, just be a fly on the wall and observe and just soak it all in. Part of coaching and part of being successful is getting in the middle of the bed. And that means like soaking up the team, soaking up the community. I will tell you, we're a top 5 team. We're a part of Together Rising, ranked number 3. And I say that not to scare anybody, but I want you to know, first of all, the amazing resources we have, but I also want you to know and realize how different we are. At Leadership this past weekend, people were coming up to us saying, how do y'all do what you do? How are y'all all so close? People were seeing us at the pool together, having fun. They're like, how have y'all created this community? How have you created this sisterhood? How have you created such a collaborative community? And it truly is something that's very, very special. So I want to make sure y'all take advantage of that, because you may not find someone on Soulshine Tribe that you jive with, but I guarantee you'll find someone that you connect with on Together Rising. All right, we're almost done with this. All right, I felt like I needed to cover the family tree. I'm gonna do this really, really quickly. So there's me. I might be your upline coach, or I might be your upline coach. And then my coach is Moira, and her team name is Together Rising. Moira's coach is Meredith Ganau. Her team is Soul Warriors. She also has started the Good Vibe Tribe, which is a combination of like her bestie coaches that kind of get together and run calls. Amy Silverman, she's Set Your Soul on Fire. She's Meredith's coach. And every now and then you'll hear about Barbie. Barbie is, God, one of my favorite people. Her mentorship saved my life and my business several years ago. She's married to Sagi, who is a trainer who does Body Beast. But she's been around for a long, 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 long time. So she is like y'all's great grandmother. But just to tell y'all, she was coming up to us at Leadership in Arizona saying, what do y'all do? What's your secret? How are y'all doing this? So even though we come from this amazing upline of coaches, they still want to know, like, how are y'all doing things? What are you doing? All right, so this is coming. I'm really, really, really excited about this. This is a resource that you will have. Most of y'all, or some of y'all, came in through a coach sneak peek, especially those of you who are newer. Jolie and I have created it's not finished. It's not fully published, but this is what it looks like. We have created a landing page for anyone who is interested in learning more about coaching and our team. So all you will do, I mean, of course, you still want to connect one-on-one with people. If you have friends or family or strangers or anyone who's interested in joining us from a coaching standpoint, you'll be able to give them this link. You connect with them one-on-one, they work through this information, and then you do all the follow-ups. And we just kind of do the heavy lifting within this landing page. So again, that's just another resource for y'all. All right, really quickly, I want to talk about social media. Now, as a new coach, nobody has to post. You don't have to do anything until you're comfortable. But I feel like this is always a conversation we need to have, because what'll end up happening is we don't talk about it. And then I see someone do a post and it's like, I just started 21 Day Fix today and I'm drinking Shakeology, and it's a picture of you with like autumn in the background. And it's like hashtag 21 Day Fix, hashtag Team Beachbody, hashtag Shakeology. And so I just want to cover the do's and don'ts really quickly. And of course, your upline will help. I'm happy to help. There's so much training out there about posting and all that kind of stuff. So the number one thing to remember is just keep people curious. Stay, if you want to share, if you get to a place where you want to share, I just always say, just share your journey, whether it's something that you're changing, whether it's, maybe you're waking up early now and you're not a morning person, or maybe you've just worked out 5 days in a row and you've never done that, or maybe you're trying a new recipe, or maybe it's just a picture of your shoes by the bed. It doesn't have to be a sweaty selfie. It doesn't have to be you totally exposing yourself and your heart and your soul all at once. It can really start out slowly. But just know, if you choose to share on social media, don't use those Beachbody hashtags. Please do not copy others. And don't have this is of course my 2B Mindset water bottle, but don't have your jar of Energize and your bag of Shakeology. And I tell you all this because that is what I did when I first started. I use those hashtags. I had a bag of Shakeology in my picture. So learn from our mistakes and just know that when you want to share, just come from a place of this is my journey. Let people be curious about what you're doing. Because what'll happen is if you say, hey, I'm doing 21 Day Fix and I'm drinking Shakeology now, people go and Google that. They're like, oh gosh, she's been looking really good. Maybe I should try Shakeology too. Oh, here, I'll just order it right here. And then that's someone that you've missed out on helping. So, all right, last slide. Just wanted to tell everybody where to go for help, because I know I've just thrown out a lot at you and I'm getting ready to stop talking and let y'all ask any questions. And I'm gonna make sure I covered everything I wanted to. So know that there is a never-ending supply of help and resources for you. Go to team pages. Don't let them overwhelm you. I always tell people, turn off notifications. Soulshine Tribe is not bad. Together Rising, there are over several thousand people in there. People will post all kinds of junk. So turn off those notifications if they become too much. And know you can always go there and use the search bar. Let's say, for instance, your best friend has decided that she wants to try it, but she's asking you questions about Shakeology. She has some allergy or she has some issue and she's like, can I drink Shakeology, or what's in it? Go into the search bar in Together Rising and type in, gluten allergy or whatever it is. And I guarantee you will find information about it. Also, any of the team pages that I have just mentioned of Amy Silverman, Meredith Ganal, y'all can be added to any of those. I personally do not add anybody anymore, because you can get all that you need between Soulshine Tribe and Together Rising. Team Beachbody Coach 411, that's where the National Wake Up Call, that is where it is broadcast every Monday. Also, I forgot to say this, all calls are recorded. So if you are bored, and this is totally what I did in the beginning, if you're bored and you're thinking, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what to do, just go listen to an old team call. Just go listen to an old National Wake Up Call. There are no shortage of old calls for you to just listen to. And I've learned so much from just doing that. When I'm folding laundry, when I have extra time, whatever the case may be, there's always an old call you can listen to. Beachbody Champions page, that is a huge resource of information about anything and everything. They'll have really product specific videos and information up. So let's say you want to find out about vegan beach bars, you can go there and get some information. Or if you want some training on Instagram, you can go there and get some information. It's a really, really robust thing for the entire network. We have corporate mentors. I have access to corporate mentors. We always have them available. Success partners, I'm going to leave that till the end. FAQs. There is something in the coach office called FAQs, and you will see people refer to like 4510. Look up FAQ 4510, and you can either go in the FAQ bar in your coach office and type 4510, or you can type vegan beach bars or whatever it is you're looking for. FAQs has everything you need to know. Also, just going to YouTube and just say, let's say you want to know about the comp plan. Type in Team Beachbody comp plan. Type in Team Beachbody top coach training. You can find all top coaches put recordings of their calls, recordings of trainings up on YouTube. So again, so much free training out there. GTS, anybody know what GTS stands for? Google that shit. As much as your coach is here to help you, you can just do so much just from going and Googling or going to FAQs. So now I'm going to pop back up to success partners and pods. I will tell you that I would not be here today without my success partners. I would have quit 4 years ago, y'all. Absolutely would have quit. And if I didn't quit 4 years ago, I would have quit 3 and 2 and 1. It's the relationships that I have, not just with the larger team in the community, but with my success partners and my pods. They are my sounding board. They are my advice board. They are my cheerleaders, my motivators, my uplifters, and what they have become to me. I mean, they are like my like life or death friends. Like they have become my soul sisters that I didn't even know I needed, that I didn't think I could find, that I never ever would have met except through coaching. And now I've had so many different success partners over the years and so many different pods. And I will tell you, in the beginning, I felt like, oh my God, I'm driving. Like every time I'd get a success partner, the girl would quit. And I was like, is there something wrong? Like, why are all my success partners quitting? But I'm telling you, stick with it. Keep reaching out. I was really adamant about the fact that I needed to find a success partner who was in her 40s and had kids. I have no idea why. Like, you might not be specific. You might just say, I just want to connect with a new coach who has no idea what they're doing also. But just know that those relationships, they are so, so important. And don't be shy. Reach out to me, reach out to the team, ask in a team page, hey, I'm looking for a success partner. And they can hold you accountable. Success partners hold you accountable to your business goals, to your health and fitness goals. And again, it's just a beautiful relationship to have and take advantage of. So, all right, I am stopping sharing. What did I miss in the chat? Oh, I love Heather Shipley. Yeah, Heather Shipley's coming. So, all right. I just flew through a whole lot of information. And again, one of the reasons why I did that was to record it so that people have that to look back to and refer to. But let me know, what do y'all have? Any questions? Is there anything that you're like, ooh, did any of that just make sense? Anyone? No questions?
It made sense to me, but I've been here 2 years.
Well, and tell everybody how long it took for you for everything to make sense.
I'm still trying to figure it out at times, but I would say probably a good maybe 6 months before, I just kept getting on the calls and somebody said something once. It's like, oh, I get it. So it gets in there. It's just like repetition, and it will happen and it works and it's fun. So, yeah.
Awesome. And same for me. I had to have everything repeated. And that's why it's so important to get on calls, because there's a little bit of repetition there. That's why it's important to have a success partner, because maybe you don't feel so stupid reaching out to her saying, can you explain Success Club again? Because I'm scared to ask Cece for the 5th time. It's just so important to start forming those relationships. And again, I want to make sure y'all know that this goes for people who are hobby coaches on up to women who are wanting to do this full time and have a full-time business. Know that everything I just said applies to no matter like where you fall on that spectrum. It's important, and I promise you, you will only grow from being on a team call. You will only grow from having a success partner. Like, you're only going to grow and learn. And do you make $1 million business with it? I don't know, but I guarantee you will have growth on several different levels, potentially including like financially, but it just enhances this journey so much to be a part of team calls, to have partners, to go to the events. And y'all, let me tell you, Jen, I'm muting you. Uh, the dates for things never, ever, ever work out for me. Ever. I spent my 10th anniversary at Summit in New Orleans. I spent my daughter's 10th birthday at Leadership in Las Vegas last year. I spent my birthday at a diamond retreat. I've spent another anniversary at another summit. And then last but not least, Ruthie came home from summer camp while I was at Summit, and summer camp was a horrific experience for her, and I did not go pick her up, and I was not there for her when she got home. So no, trust me, it is so hard to commit. I get it. But I'm telling you, every time I do it, it is worth it. It is worth the sacrifice. And especially if you earn a ticket to Summit, something like that, you just got to go. Like, there's just nothing like it. I see it time and time again. Jennifer Fisher, sorry, there's so many Jennifers. Do you want to talk about Summit? Like, Jennifer went for the first time this year, and she had been coaching already for a little while, and it was a game changer for her.
Yeah. So I actually earned my first ticket to Summit, and it was during our family vacation. I was a brand new coach. No, I wasn't. I was a year in, and it was our family vacation. So I was like, oh, well, I can't go to Summit. So I didn't use my ticket. And I went this past July, and it was the most amazing experience, like, for my business. I mean, it just rocketed my business forward, rocketed my motivation, connected me with so many people. Like, it's like the Super Bowl of Beachbody. Like, you go there, you see people that you've only known on social media, you get to connect with them. I can't explain, like, the energy. Seeing Rachel Hollis, like, right in front of my face was unbelievable. I mean, hearing her speak. I got to sit with Cece at the elite table, which was so special, and, like, right up in front. I felt like I was at the Oscars, like, rolling VIP. And I learned so much. I mean, the sessions were just so well done. Like, I really got to understand the heart of the company that we work for, and how it's really just made up of really good people who are all trying to get better and help other people get better. And you really don't see that until you're face to face with those people and, like, feel that energy. And it was amazing. I mean, I'm so glad I went. I will never miss Summit again.
Yay. I'm so glad. And I'm glad you brought that up, because truly the heart of the company, like some of y'all have been moved and have had these amazing transformations, and I've seen you grow in just such a short amount of time, and it's amazing. But truly knowing and understanding the heart of the company and getting to know the people that run the company and that work for the company and that guide the company's, like, business, you just get such an amazing feel for their heart and why they do what they do. Like, I can't tell you how many times Doug Moss, who's one of our corporate mentors, he's gotten up on stage and cried. Like, a grown man who is like an executive gets up on stage and cries because he is so moved by whatever it is. Like, he himself has lost weight, and so he tells this story about how he couldn't buckle his seatbelt in an airplane, and he's told that story, and he just gets moved by, it's just the heart of the company, and leadership. this past weekend, I mean, Carl, who's the CEO, he gets up on stage and he's always he just leads with such heart, such heart, you know, and it's the events, it's the trips, it's the retreats where you get a really, really good feel for that. And trust me, like Jennifer said, like once you go to one, it's like, I will never miss a retreat. Whatever the qualification is for whatever retreat, I hit it because I know how important it is for me personally on so many levels, but I know it's important for my business. I know it's important for my growth. I mean, and it's just the heart of everything. So, any questions? Y'all all good? All right. So the last thing I will say to close, I put up a little, I think it's quick. I didn't see how long it ended up being. A little video about Success Club today. Again, if you're brand new, the tips that I put in that video about hitting Success Club, you don't really need to do. I mean, when you're first getting started, again, just think of the people who can hold you accountable. Think of the people, you know, in your circle. And it's just as simple as just asking people, you know, to come and do this with you. The one last thing that I will say, as you start getting results, as you start glowing, as you start, as people start noticing, you know, don't be afraid to say, hey, like, you should do this with me. That is totally how I started my business. I got results and people started noticing that change. And the first change people noticed wasn't about what my body looked like. It was about like what I was exuding, you know, it was something they couldn't quite put my finger on. Oh my gosh, you seem really good. You got this glow. Wow, your skin, you know, so don't be shy and just say, oh my gosh, you should do it with me. I've been doing this group. I have no idea what I'm doing. Just come do it with me. You know, don't overthink things. And again, if I could put out a challenge to new coaches, that would be, if you're building a business, you get to Emerald as quickly as possible. Because that, again, that's when you start banking. You bank the volume. And it may take a little bit to really tap into it and see the tipping point of your income. But trust me when I say there have been weeks this year, weeks, because I've either been distracted with the business my husband and I bought, or I've been distracted with two kids getting diagnosed with autism, or I've been distracted with our dog dying, or whatever it is, where I have taken weeks of time off from work, but I'm still earning a paycheck, you know, and that just goes, and I should put in a Beachbody income disclaimer. This is not a get rich quick scheme. I have worked very hard and I've been consistent for over 4 years, but now I'm seeing the fruits of that because of that consistency, because of all that I've done every single month of hitting Success Club and bringing in having leads from the company. It truly does add up. So I am happy to help anyone that needs it. I'm going to stop recording. Anybody have any questions or